Hi everybody, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, and I've got Claire Corbett in the kitchen, and I will give you a destination as being in the right place. I think I said she was in Chester over the Wirral somewhere. Anyhow, I got the C right, she's in Congleton near Macclesfield. I think you were dying, weren't you?
Yeah.
She's there typing on the group, Congleton, Carol.
No.
So this is Claire Corbett. She's been to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen before, and she made macarons. And she messaged me the other week because she said we were talking about stacking cakes, and she said, do you want me to come over and show you how to stack cakes, Karen? I went, no, come and make macarons again, do stacking cakes another time. So tonight Claire is going to show you again how to make is it French macarons?
French, yeah.
French macarons with our flavoured icing sugars, and of course we're going to use the lemon and elderflower flavoured icing sugar. So you do know that this is the flavour of choice for the royal wedding. So are any of you doing anything special for the royal wedding? I'm off to London to see the Queen.
We're going to do some nice fancy cupcakes for the event.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course, with the lemon and
Got to
elderflower.
be. So are you guys doing any parties? Are you having any celebrations, street parties, garden parties, inviting friends round? Let us know. So, and then the other thing is, for those of you who may be new to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen watching this evening, this is my own personal kitchen, okay? So what goes on in this kitchen stays on in this kitchen between you and us, okay? The food isn't given to anybody, so we're not retailing the food. So if you see me touch my hair or wipe my chin or something like that, it's just because we're in a very hot kitchen. We've got a lot of lights on here. We're going to have the ovens on shortly, so we get very, very warm. I don't wear a pinny. I refuse to wear one. So just remember, we're not giving them to you, albeit I know some of you want them.
We're going to eat all of them. They won't be
And they're gorgeous. And watch it. Maria's going to die over these. I'm going to eat some, and I'm on a diet, but she's definitely going to eat some. So I'm going to let Claire get on. She's going to make the macarons, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to make the buttercream, and then we're going to have a little play with the nifty nozzles, because we want to try and do something with those, don't we?
We do.
And if all else fails, we've got another nozzle that will stand in its place that Claire's going to show you. So John's going to shout out some hellos. I'm going to go over there and keep my mouth shut for a change, if that's possible. I'll leave it to you, Claire. Okay. Do you want to shout out some hellos, John?
Right, we've got quite a lot of people join us, so hello to everybody. So apologies if I don't mention everybody's name, because we have got quite a lot. We've got Julianne Barrett, Pam Kerchick, Sarah Byway, Gillian Sansom, Linda Chapman, Pam Hallam Wedley, Rachel McGrath, Michelle Smith, Jackie Richards, Joanne Birkin, Marilyn Heald, Jackie Farbrace, Natasha Williams. Natasha's asking, when is the royal wedding?
Next Saturday.
This Saturday coming?
Next Saturday. Oh, it's this Saturday, isn't it?
This Saturday coming now, yeah.
Yeah. Go on. I should know. I'm going. I'm not going to the wedding. I am going to London.
We've got Ashley Downey, Karen Naylor, Chris Gill, Ann Davison. Oh, I could go on. There's a lot. But so welcome to everybody, and anybody who's new or anybody who's a regular. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. So you newbies, just shout out that you're a newbie. Don't be shy. So Claire, over to you again.
Okay, so as Carol mentioned, we're making French macarons, so there's no hot sugar involved in this method. But I'm going to go straight in now, because I like to get everything ready before I start making a meringue with the eggs, because I don't want to take my eye off the whisk. So what we're going to start with is our almonds and our icing sugar. So we've got 115 grams of ground almonds, and we've got 200 grams of the lemon and elderflower Sugar and Crumbs icing sugar. So what we're going to do is pop some of the icing sugar into the bottom of this. It's a spice grinder really, a little mini chopper. And we're just going to line the bottom of that with icing sugar, and then we're going to pop the almonds in on top, and that just creates a little bit of a buffer. If you whiz your almonds too much, you can take the oils out of them, and that's not what we want. So
You're going to have to shout up a little bit, Claire.
Sorry?
Shout up.
Sorry, shout up, okay.
You have to have a big gob like me.
So I'm just going to grind up the almonds a little bit just to make them a bit finer, because I want to get the most out of this. I'm still going to put them through a sieve this time. I didn't last time, and they were a little bit bumpier than I wanted really, because I don't think we were whizzing them quite enough, because it's quite a noise for you guys. So a bit more icing sugar on the top there, and then I'm just going to give this a quick blitz. And icing sugar goes everywhere. So straight from there, and I'll go into my sieve, and then I'll do the rest in another batch. So straight in.
Oh, is that all you need to do? That quick little.
Yep,
blitz?
just a little bit. Just a little bit's enough. You don't want to grind them too much, because like I say, the oils do come out, and I'm going to sieve it anyway, so it's not too big a deal. I just want to get a bit more out of it if I can.
Yeah.
Okay, a bit more icing sugar in the bottom there. This bit is quite boring, but it is worth doing. So like I say, it's all prep. But while it's boring, has anyone got any questions about anything so far?
Yeah. Should I put your oven on?
Nope,
Oh.
not yet. No oven on yet. Thank you.
That's
We'll
a
pop
good
the
tip.
oven
Why
on.
no oven on yet then?
No oven on yet. We don't need it on yet because it's not going massively high anyway. So we're only going to set the oven to 150 and then turn it down once they go in.
Yeah.
But as well as that, we've got 20 minutes of skin time.
Ah, right.
So while the shells are skinning, which sounds delightful, doesn't it? Sounds yummy. But while that's happening, we'll have the oven warming up. And a bit more icing sugar on the top. Again.
Jackie said she's sorry she missed a bit about the almonds. Are they ground almonds?
They are ground almonds, yes. So ground almonds, then I'm going to grind them more, and then I'm putting them through a sieve, so a bit of a process. There we go, that'll do.
Where can they buy a mini chopper?
Right. A good place that I've found after I bought this one, annoyingly enough, was Amazon. You get one, a Kenwood one, for about 15 quid, something like that, on offer. So that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is just use the spoon to just push this through, or else it ends up absolutely everywhere. And we'll probably find we have got a few little bits of almond left over in the bottom of the sieve, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. This is going to take me a couple of minutes.
Just be patient.
Anyone else want to come and do this while I do something else? No?
So the question, if they're already ground, why do you need to put them in the grinder, please?
Because they're still quite lumpy. You'll find, I'll show you what's left in the bottom of the sieve once we've pushed this through, and it'll just leave sort of lump. You want a lovely smooth finish on your macarons, and you're not going to get that if you don't do this, basically.
I think that's where I went wrong the other week. I actually forgot to do that bit.
It does help. I mean, they're still going to taste exactly the same.
Wendy and Preston said, "Will a NutriBullet do the job?"
I don't see why not.
The only thing with a NutriBullet, the only thing with a NutriBullet, it's like what's that machine that we've got there? What's it called? That blender.
Vitamix.
Yeah, we've got a Vitamix. I think the blades are upwards, and you need the blades downwards, don't you?
Right. I wouldn't.
Not downwards.
I've
You
not
need
got
them
a
flat.
NutriBullet. I'm not. I mean, look at me. I don't juice. Yeah. I don't do anything healthy. I just live on a diet of Diet Coke and
Well, you know what, Claire?
crisps and cheese.
We're both
basically.
happy. I'm on with you. I diet and fail every Mondays and Thursdays.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I've given up trying now. I had a couple of salads last week. Felt very pleased with myself, but that was the end of it.
Yeah, Emily says she's tried it in the NutriBullet and it's stuck together. It would do actually, because we've got the Vitamix and the blades are up because it's designed to chop up the fruit, bounce it up in the jug, and mix it with the liquid.
Yeah, it sounds like to me
Yes.
splitting the oil out of the nuts, which is what you really want to avoid.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, effectively, we're making a meringue to mix this with, so any oil, I know the nuts are oily, but any excess oil is going to be a problem.
Yeah. So just to let you know that we've got Maria and John in the kitchen. John, you've already heard. So for newbies, if you see Maria, this young lady who's going to pop in front of the camera now, Maria makes all our mini 1-minute videos so that you can watch them later. So not everybody wants to watch a 1.5 hour, 2 hour Facebook Live, and sometimes they want just a mini video, 1 minute one, and they're great. They're really handy as a quick reminder. And we've also got Claire's business partner in the kitchen. Liz, is it?
Say hi, Liz.
She won't show herself.
I think Liz should come and actually put these through the sieve for me.
Yeah,
That'd
well,
be
she
helpful.
could be your assistant, couldn't she? Come on, Liz, are you not going to help her out?
My arms are getting tired here, Liz. I'm ever so tired.
So, Claire has opened up her own shop. Do you want to? Why are you doing that? Do you want to tell them about your shop?
Yeah.
And
so,
why did you call it the Sugared Thistle?
Well, you can't tell from my accent, but if Liz managed to get herself on camera, which I think she might be preparing to do actually as
Come on,
we
Liz.
speak, she's putting an apron on.
Yeah, good girl.
Very exciting. But we're both Scottish.
Are you?
Yeah, I
I've
was
never
born.
guessed
Well,
that.
I'm technically more Scottish than Liz. I'm from far more north than she is. Although I sound quite Cheshire now, but
Yeah.
I'm from Thurso in Caithness, so right by John O'Groats.
Oh, really? Right, fantastic.
So yeah, that's just a little bit of our heritage in there. Just sort of.
But it's a
spoke to
nice
us.
name, isn't it? I quite like
Yeah.
it. And the sugared, it's nice. It goes with cakes and stuff, doesn't
Yeah.
it? So you've opened your shop, and at your shop, what do you do there?
We make wedding cakes, we make celebration cakes, we stock sugar and crumbs, flavoured icing sugars.
Absolutely, that's what I was
Amongst
waiting for.
a few other select products, but we do stock the icing sugars there. And we also run a lot of classes. We have a
she's
really
coming
nice
on
classroom there.
So Liz is just going to come on and bail Claire out of it. And
Actually, Liz is too late because Claire's just finished. See you
come
later.
back.
So what I'm going to do now, can we go to this camera and
Is
just
it-
show what's left in here?
Which camera are we on?
Yeah,
Go here
perfect.
and just show.
Just
So
hold it,
that-
hold it very still.
Okay, so that's what we've got left. You can see it's quite lumpy, quite grainy. So we're just going to get rid of that. We don't want that in our mix. So even though I ground it more, it's still a bit lumpy. So what we want is the really fine stuff that's gone in our bowl. Okay?
So could you just run through exactly what's in the bowl now?
In the bowl is the ground almonds and
How much?
it's 115 grams of almonds, and we've also got 200 grams of the flavoured icing sugar in there as well. So now that's all prepped and ready.
So we
Yeah.
got Liz over, got a pinny on, and then you dumped her. That was great, wasn't
Well,
it?
she took that long putting a pinny on. Seriously.
Well, we
Why
was
would it
watching how long
possibly
it
take
took her
that
to get on
long?
the drive and get out the car to go.
We were, yeah. It's like, come on, open the door. Come on. Out you get, love. Out you get. Come on.
Even the dogs were bored. They were all there waiting
They'd
for us to
given
get out
up.
the
They've
car.
just gone back inside again, haven't they? Bless him. Right, let's get these bits and pieces out.
So, Victoria, you missed the beginning. What are we making tonight? We're making French macarons with the sugar and crumbs flavoured icing sugar, and we're using the wedding flavour for Prince Harry and Meghan, which is lemon and elderflower.
Yes, we are. Now, I'm about to do something else that's really, really boring and separate my eggs. So,
It's always good to show them
the
how to do
only
it.
top tip I have for separating eggs is never go directly into the bowl you're going to whisk them in, because that'll be the time where you get some of the yolk in there.
Yeah.
It's always going to happen. So, into a separate bowl.
Is there any chance you could just move your bowl over?
Oh, of course.
That space just there.
Here?
So they can see on
Yeah,
it.
perfect.
This,
Yes.
Got it?
this camera's looking at you now.
And see, exactly what happened there is I've tried to crack my egg and it's cracked in the wrong direction. So I'm just going to have to do it in a really weird,
Way.
fangled way. But we'll do it. We'll be okay.
So last time Claire was here was in the days when John had to walk around with an iPad and
John.
get every angle shot going, and nearly had a broken back by the end of the night. And now Claire's having to get used to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras.
Yeah, it's. I didn't even realise there was one there, to be
No.
honest. And again, these eggs are really, really weird. Keep splitting in the wrong direction. It can't be me. It's not, definitely not me.
And do we need a particular
See,
size
see,
egg?
that was close.
Oh, that was close. Yeah, you mustn't get any.
Claire's going to disappear
Yeah.
and just give her hands a quick rinse.
Yep, you mustn't get any of the yolk in your egg white. And see, it just happens to the professionals. Even we pop an egg as well. Well done, Claire. I'm glad you did that.
I'm glad you're glad I did that. I'm not so glad that I did that. Just give my hands a quick dry. Okay. And last one. Oh, we've got yolk on there now.
We've
In
got
fact,
four eggs
let's
over
chuck
here.
me. Pass me another egg, please, Liz.
Yeah.
I
See if
just don't
Liz
wanna
can
risk
speed
it.
up.
Thank you. You didn't come here to be mocked, did you?
No.
That's not what you signed up for.
I knew it would happen. Absolutely.
It's really why I said yes, come along.
So we're using large eggs?
Large eggs, yeah.
Fantastic.
And what you're looking for really is about 115 grams, so it's the same amount of eggs to almonds.
Do you want me to
But
wet
I
that cloth
don't-
for you?
But I just don't bother. Sorry?
Do you want me to wet that cloth for you?
No, it's
So you've got a
okay,
hand
it's
bit.
alright, don't
Yeah.
worry. So I'm going to go into the bowl with my eggs now. Am I speaking loud enough now, everyone?
Yeah. Keep it
Everyone
up.
hear me okay?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, and in with that, I'm just going to put a good big pinch of cream of tartar.
Pam Kerrick's there, she's laughing. When John used to have the iPad, then were the days when they used to spend trying to spot John in the window reflection, because he used to have to walk round and it was
Yeah.
night time, you could catch him. The worst thing is when he flipped the camera on himself. That was scary for John and the audience.
They were good old days, those days. And I was just saying to Carol before, I'd never seen a garden before because I've always been here at night.
Yeah.
So, right, so we're going to go on with our whisk attachment. Just forgive me if I get in a kerfuffle with this machine because I'm a Kenwood girl. So,
Now wrong with the camera.
with a KitchenAid, I'm at a bit of a loss, to be honest.
So you've obviously lost some weight of almonds
I have
because
lost
of
some weight of
setting.
almonds,
And have you
yeah.
done anything to compensate for that?
No.
That's a very good question. Who asked that?
Karen Naylor. She always has good questions. I couldn't take.
Karen, that just shows how clever she is. I've never thought of that, have you?
Well, I have thought about it in the past, but I always do this. There's always some that gets done. But, switch that off for a second. There's always some that gets dumped, but it doesn't seem to make any difference to the recipe. And I'm going to be honest, when I weighed everything out, I'm not particularly accurate.
Yeah.
And what did you put in with the egg whites? It was a pinch of.
Pinch of cream of tartar, and that just helps to stabilise the meringue. So it's just sort of a cheats way, a safe way of doing it.
That's why I went wrong as well.
Yeah. So now I'm at, can you guys see here that I'm at a fluffy sort of stage, that I'm foam now. So it's all foam. So at this stage what I'm going to do is start adding the sugar. Now my recipe says granulated sugar. I've got caster sugar. It doesn't really matter. Caster sugar dissolves faster. Doesn't really make any difference. To be honest, I could probably use the icing sugar at this stage. It wouldn't make much difference.
Karen says she can't take credit for it. Annette raised it first time round, but we missed it.
I see. Right, so back on with the mixer, get that foamy. And then we're going to slowly rein in the sugar. I'm going to break up that lump a little bit.
How much sugar again?
100 grams.
So 100 grams of caster sugar or granulated sugar.
But I'm not going to lie to you, there's about 108 in here. Like I say, I'm not very accurate when I'm weighing things out.
So it's 100 grams of caster sugar or granulated sugar. It doesn't really matter.
Nope.
Sue Ellen, yes, Sue Ellen Mill. Will the whole recipe be on the website? It is there, and it's pinned to the top of our post. So when this live finishes, if you refresh your page, this live will be pinned to the top of our page, and that's the Sugar and Crumbs page, by the way, and the recipe's there as well. And you'll be able to go over to our recipe website, and it's on the back of that. It's on there.
Okay, so what I'm looking for now is for this to come to a sort of marshmallow fluff kind of consistency. So let's just stop here. I keep thinking that I need to go here to tilt it. So here. So yeah, that's quite... I'm not even going to take the whisk off because I don't trust that I can get that back on again.
Lynn's dear, the recipe, it will be at the top of the page when we finish, and it's already on the website. Just when you go to the website, what have you put it under? French macarons, easy macarons. Lemon and elderflower macarons. So if you just
mixing it up website.
Yeah, so if you go to our recipe website, www.sugarandcrumbsmixingitup.com, and then just search lemon and elderflower and the macarons will come up. There we go.
Fab.
So we're going to use our new super duper yellow. So we're going to use our new yellow. This is by the Fractal colours, and it's vivid yellow, is it?
It's lemon yellow.
Lemon yellow.
Lemon yellow,
bright
this one. So I'm just going to add a good squeeze to the whisk attachment, because if I squeeze that directly into the bowl, it'll probably just hit the bottom and my whisk's not going to catch it. So, Claire breaks things. Claire has just broken that. Sorry.
How on earth can you break a lid?
Just look at it, I've broken it. That's not going to be stored that way up from now on. That's knackered, sorry.
That's alright.
I'm a bit clumsy. Sorry.
Not quite sure how you managed it.
A bit heavy-handed.
Sorry.
I knew something like that would happen. So I've broken an egg yolk and I've broken the gel.
You've got a problem with things that are yellow tonight.
Must do. I can't believe you trusted me with the mixer after that.
And you've got to use the oven as well.
Somebody else could do oven duty.
How many macarons can you make with this batch?
We're going to find out in a minute. Lots. Depends on the size of your macarons, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can't give an accurate answer to that. But I usually get 2 or 3 good sized sheets out of one batch.
So we've got a good morning. So I take it that Louisa is our lovely lady friend from America.
No, Louisa is from Australia.
Oh, she's from Australia? Oh yes,
Where
there's
it says Aussie land, but
Didn't finish it.
And Louisa's on every week.
Yes, she is on every week. Hello, Louisa.
And we've just had an Australian day today, Louisa. Not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah. The weather's been gorgeous here today. I wasn't expecting that today.
Back down, I've got to take the whisk off. I'm scared about putting it back on, but
Why?
I'm going to do it. I just have no idea how these things fit together. So what I'm doing now is just checking the peak.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's a nice peak, but I think it just needs a fraction more. We are looking for 11 o'clock, but I would just like just a little bit more on that. Yeah, just a tiny bit.
So we're not going to do a tip the bowl over our head job it done.
You can tip it over your head if you want, Carol. I'm not bothered.
Maria's nearer.
Yeah? I'll tell you what, after me saying I'm a Kenwood girl, that's done that really fast, so... My only issue is there's no slow start, is there, with these? There's icing sugar in there, it's going, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, let's have another check. And see how we're going.
So hello Giovanna, I don't know if I've got that pronunciation right. So a new lady with us, Giovanna Heaps. So good evening to everybody actually. Where are we? Oh, we've got it.
Well
There we go.
a really nice firm peak on there. Any more than that would be too much. But that's perfect, that's absolutely spot on. So, we're done with the mixer. I'll use a spatula, Claire, just stop clanging things around. I'm not what you would describe as elegant, really, when I'm doing these things.
I think we've realised that you just broke that. And the egg.
I was just trying to make sure the lid was on properly. Yeah, sorry. Claire won't be invited back because she trashes the place.
So Giovanna wants to know, where do all the bakes go after you've made them? I hope you enjoy a few. Yes,
Tubbies, yeah.
Let me tell you what happens. After Maria and I have scoffed a few, mainly Maria scoffing all of them, they then go down to the warehouse, or we have friends who have them. So generally my doggy walker picks them up and takes them home to his elderly parents. They love them. Every week he always asks us what we're making. And if he doesn't ask, he hints a lot, doesn't he, Maria?
Question, can you make these without the almond?
No.
No.
That's just a meringue.
Yeah.
So yes, but it would be a meringue. So no, it's got to be the art. Sorry, if you're allergic to nuts, this one is not for you, I'm afraid. Am I in a good place?
Yeah, you're absolutely fine.
Excellent. So what I'm doing now is I've just
So
added.
we've got Rosanna. Sorry, we've got Rosanna saying hi to Mum and Claire.
Oh, who's mum?
Hi, Rosie.
Oh, we tried to get your mother on, but she was that slow, she missed it.
She appeared very briefly for a few seconds.
So Anne Gallagher says these macaron recipes vary a bit depending on who you watch. No wonder they're hard to get right, but there's Italian meringues, isn't there?
There are, yeah.
No, macarons, sorry. There is variations,
Yeah.
isn't there? I mean, my son's a chef and he does them completely different.
He'll be making Italian, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Chefs like to do it the fancy way.
Yeah.
This
But
way is pretty foolproof.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I've got to be honest, my son who's a chef, he does them, and he doesn't always agree that we should do it this way, but I say this is for people who've never made them, who want to give them a go.
Absolutely.
It's the easy way, isn't it?
It really
And
is.
then you can advance from this once you've mastered these.
Absolutely. And I'm throwing it around.
So we're folding in, not
I've got
mixing.
half of it and I'm folding it in.
Yeah.
I'm cutting through and folding. I'm trying not to knock too much air out of that meringue.
Bruce Faulkner says,
You just take
camera shy.
Just take it that way.
Is that your husband?
Perfect.
Oh, we've got the whole family watching.
Hi, Bruce. My husband won't be watching. He has no interest whatsoever.
That's good. Can you do cake pops, Claire?
Yes.
We've just been requested for cake pops.
Absolutely, yeah. Cake pops is one of my favourite things to do.
Oh, well, we like those. So Claire has just submitted, I know Claire can do cake pops. Anyhow, she just said she'll do good cake pops, so we'll book a date for
Is that what came out of my mouth?
Well,
I'm not
so
entirely sure
we'll
that's
book
what
a
I
date
said.
for cake pops.
Yeah, we'll do some cake pops. I love a good cake pop.
Yeah, you're quite expert, aren't you?
You do make nice ones, actually.
Yeah.
don't you?
No, I'm not used to this. You're stroking my ego tonight, and you don't normally do that. Normally, our relationship is based on insults, you see. So,
Those come later.
right. So I'm just folding in the last of the meringue.
Could you just say where you get where you can get the recipe again? It's pinned at the top of this post when the event finishes.
Yeah, and it's on
Sorry,
our...
Maria, elbowing you.
So the recipe will be pinned to the top of our post. So when this live finishes, refresh your page and then it will be pinned to the top of the page, okay? So just give us 5 minutes because Maria has to run like Billy-O to the office and then she has to pin it, and but everything is all there ready. So it's pinned to the top of the page, and that's on the Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles Facebook page, or you can go over to our recipe website, which is sugarandcrumbsmixingitup.com. And any of you got a bag of icing sugar, the recipe website is on the back. So go on there and put in the search macarons or lemon and elderflower, and you'll find it either way.
Okay, right. So I've got all of my meringue and almonds mixed together. But I know I said I was being careful about knocking too much air out. I need to take some of it out or else our shells are just going to explode in the oven. So what we're looking to do is get it to what's called the ribbon stage. And how to do that is to just gently drag the mixture up the side of the bowl and just watch for it falling back down again. Up the sides, and then we're going to bring it back down again. So let's have a quick look. I would not say that was ribbon stage.
No,
That's dollop stage.
call up stage. Do you know what you
Yeah.
mean, you know, because I did that ribbon with Ella the other week, and you're right, it does start to slide down, doesn't it?
It does.
So somebody's just asked before, how long can you store them and where would you store them?
You can store them in an airtight container. Just put some baking paper in between layers and store them in an airtight container. They last a couple of weeks. But you can also freeze them like that as well.
Oh, can you freeze them?
Yep.
Right,
So freeze
fantastic.
them and then just pull out however many you need.
About thinking about it, you did say that last time. The problem is they got scoffed before they got frozen.
Yeah, they didn't make it anywhere near them. I wouldn't fill them to keep them. I would fill them the day before they're eaten.
Yeah. And how would you defrost them then?
Leave them as they pull them out and leave them as they are, so that any condensation will end up on the tub and not on the macarons.
So if you're freezing them, you can just put them in the plastic tub. Do you need to put layers, anything in between layers of them?
Yeah, just pop some parchment in.
Yeah. And then when you come to take them out and defrost them, do you
Just
just leave them in the
as
tub?
they are. Leave them in the tub, completely sealed, and then they won't get soggy, basically. Right, so we're about there. I'd say. I thought we were. Yeah, we're about there. We're slightly ribbony. That's good enough for me. So now we're just going to pop straight into a piping bag.
So quite a lot of you are asking about the spatulas. I did used to sell the spatulas, but I've got to be honest, I sold them all off in the sale because I kept telling you all how gorgeous they all are, and not many of you bought them, so I had to get rid of them. So there's lots of you who got a really great bargain. But if you want to know what they are, they're called Zeal, and I presume if you go onto Amazon, you'll find them on there.
They're really nice, actually.
They're lovely, aren't
They're
they?
really good for that.
Yeah, but they're expensive. See, I think they were like £5.95 or £6.95 each.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
No, but they're a good quality. So
Well, you get what you pay for, don't
Yeah.
you? If you're like me and you order things on Amazon all the time, you don't check the size. We end up with a lot of really small things. You know, got the world's smallest spatulas, and don't tell them about the other thing. It's just embarrassing. So I've just got a small, well, it's a reasonably large, just an open round piping tip in my bag.
Geraldine Kisby says she's never seen the pink icing bags, but they're nice, the pink ones, aren't they?
They are nice.
I never use those because I only use the small ones for nifty nozzles. So you know, guys, when I say about having piping bags, don't ever use one of these for nifty nozzles. You only need small.
Yeah, it's
These
too
are for
much.
things like macarons.
So, basically, I use this really big bag because I'm putting quite a lot of mix in. If you're piping with buttercream or royal icing, you want a really small bag because the more you fill it, the harder work it is to get it out. You're much better off just keep topping it off. But it's perfect for this because this is an easy squeeze. Liz, do you want to come and hold my bag? Please.
And the other thing is, yeah.
Enough for a cat refuse.
Well, at least you're a bit quicker getting round this time. Right?
Off the starting blocks now.
We have to
Not
take
going
the
through
mick
that
out.
again.
We have to take the mick out of Liz because I've never known a person to walk into a house so slow, to get out the car so slow. Oh,
It was funny.
it was. The dogs
And I
even.
could feel you waiting.
I've got 6 dogs. They were waiting, and even they gave up.
It was funny. They just no interest. Tails stopped wagging. Just sort of walked away.
Sunroof to shut, windows to shut.
Sunroof to shut. Alright. Lovely. Thank you, Liz. And now could you pass me the
Do you want the big one or the small one?
both, please?
So you're going to love these bad boys. These are the macaron mats. They are on our website, and they've always been on our website. And these are the best macaron mats.
I think we'll be getting a couple.
I think we will.
Yeah, these are
Especially this
fabulous.
size.
Yeah, that's gorgeous, yeah. So these are the best macaron mats. 3, 6, 9, 12 on one, and I think it's 35 little ones on the other one.
Yeah.
John will be able to count them up for me in a minute. Is it 35, John? Look at it right. Crikey. Right, so this is the bit you've got to
clearly got
watch.
help earlier with that one.
Well, I did write it on the website.
There is a knack
Well
to
done,
this, guys. There is a knack to it.
We're all going to shut
So
up.
I'm going to do a couple of really dodge-looking ones, just so you can see what not to do, not because I'm warming up or anything.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Let's do the dodgy
Right.
ones first.
We're going straight down. Well, this should be a good one first. Straight down pipe, stop piping, and just pull away to the side. What we
Is that
don't want
dodgy
is
one?
to be up here
Oh, right.
and making little dog messes. We don't want that. And when you pipe from the side, it can be very difficult.
If you can just work that way, please.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to do all that again?
No, we can see the first two. We can
Oh,
see
go on.
See the first two?
Yeah.
I'll work in this direction.
Yes, please.
So when you pipe from the side also it's very difficult to get an even layer. You end up quite flat on the one side. So it's straight down, stop and pull away. Straight down, stop and pull away. Going that way. It's a little sort of snap of the wrist to take that away. Because if we don't do that, we end up like this, with a point. And sometimes those points will disappear while we're waiting to put them in the oven, but sometimes they don't, and then you end up with these horrible looking macarons with big peaks on the top of them. Liz, will you just swap sheets for me, please? And if I've got some left over, I'll come back to this one, but they're quite big macarons on the other sheet, so I want to make sure I get them done.
So those small ones there, they're about 1.5 inches, I would say,
Yeah.
aren't
They are about that.
they? And I think, what do you think they are? Do you think they're about 4 inches? No,
Big
3
ones.
inches, 4 inches? They're big, aren't they?
They're about 3.5 inch, I would
Yeah.
say, just
They
under
look it.
4.
That's how I like
Okay.
a macaron.
Yeah.
And it's the same, air bubble. But I'm going to stop shy there because that will spread out. And we don't want them to meet each other while they're settling. Stop. And then again.
They're mine, Maria.
I think you'll find they're
You're
mine
right.
actually. They are mine.
I can't wait. I love macarons. I'm so excited.
Okay.
For those who want the macaron mats, if you go to our website www.sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, go down to brands and it's called Bako Glide. And if you go on there, then you'll find all the things that we sell via Bako Glide.
And these sheets are great because they're so multi-purpose as well. You don't need, they're not just for making macarons, they're great for cookies and all sorts.
And you can,
Oh,
you can wash them. You just wash them and leave them to dry. Sorry, John's just giving me some instructions. What would you like me to do?
A minute.
Okay. So if we could swap sheets again, please, Liz. Thank you. Ooh. Sorry, Carol.
No, it's alright, don't worry.
I'm doing my best not to tread it in.
Don't worry.
Okay, last one's on here.
So,
Have you got it?
Yep.
Thank you. So what's it taken, about 15 minutes to do this?
yeah, not long, does it?
They're really quick. This method is really quick. Italian takes considerably longer.
What's the difference between Italian macarons and French?
You use hot sugar for
Hot sugar.
Italian macarons. So you would melt the sugar in a pan and then you're going to run that down the side of the mixing bowl
That's
into
the one
your
my son
eggs.
does, yeah.
So it's like making Italian meringue buttercream, very similar. But they are absolutely gorgeous. But
So
you know,
before
they
you're
take
gonna
some
do
time.
before you do what you're going to do now, just let me get on that camera, go on then.
Okay.
Know what you're going to
So
do?
now we need to make sure that I've got no air bubbles that are going to pop out while they're in the oven. So I'm just going to give it about 12 is my usual, and then I tend to just give it a little snap in the bottom with my hand as well. That seems to help. Let's get rid of these ones. Pass those to you.
And you only put one tray at a time in the oven as well, don't you, when we do
Yes.
that? Yeah. So now, what's happening now with them? So what's that's not going
What's
in
gonna
the oven
happen-
now?
Not just yet. That's going to sit on the side and wait till we formed a delicious skin over the top. So we can touch them and we don't get any macaron on our fingers. Then we know they're ready to go in the
Okay.
oven.
And we can show them afterwards, can't we?
Yes, absolutely. I wasn't counting. I think that's 12.
Yeah. Can you go?
Okay. I think I've overpiped one of them there, that's going to meet, but
We don't care.
that's just for eating, isn't it? Okay, so we're just going to leave those to skin over.
Super.
That's us done. for
Super,
now.
super. So who's going to have a go at making those? Yeah, I know you haven't seen the end product yet, so what are we going to do now then?
What we're going to do now, I thought you can either get the filling made now, or we can have a little talk about classes.
Yeah, let's do that.
A little chat, and I'm just going to start moving things out of the way.
Right, brilliant. Good to go. So let's talk about, let me just hold this round here. Where you going, Marie? Let me bring these round here.
Oh,
Right.
there we go. Get this out of the way.
Okay.
Okay, so Liz is going to back me up with information.
Okay, so I'll get Claire back here in a minute. One of the things that Claire does is she does classes. Now, how I met Claire was at Windsor Cake Craft, where she did a lot of classes there, and you're still doing a few there now,
Yeah, I'm
aren't
still
you?
doing a few, yeah.
And then now she's got her own shop, and she does some amazing classes, and these are the things that she makes. So I'm just going to get them one by one, so you can have a look at them, and then she can tell you about them. This is gorgeous, this. I think I've got that on the right angle. Are we looking at that camera, John? Yeah.
Okay, so what this one is here is a Ruffles masterclass. So if you are into making wedding cakes, or you've got one coming up that you need to make for a friend or a member of your family, this is ideal because Ruffles have been on trend for a couple of years now. They don't seem to be going anywhere. We're asked constantly for Ruffles for
They do
wedding
look
cakes.
good though, but those are amazing, those ruffles.
So what we've done for a class is we've devised a way to get 4 different types of ruffles done in one day on a class. So we've got 4 types on the one dummy. So what we've got at the front here is a rosette ruffle. We also have a petal ruffle. We have our vertical ruffles, and we have our, what I call a, not mentioning any names, but sweetie manufacturer with a
Well, you
with a
can
chocolate
mention
bar
that.
called Twirl.
Listen, no one pays us anything, so you can say what you like.
That's our Cadbury
Right.
Twirl ruffle. So that one's my
If we were
favourite.
sponsored by somebody, you know what, maybe we'll have to shut
Yeah.
up, but here it's freedom of speech in the Sugar
Absolutely.
Grubs kitchen.
So these two, the vertical and the Cadbury Twirl ruffle, are my absolute favourites there.
What do we think of that? Isn't that a beauty? And they take a long time, don't they, ruffles?
They do. I mean, one tier, the first time I did this twirl ruffle, I did a 10-inch tier, and it took me 8.5 hours. So then I bought an electric pasta machine.
Not saved it, did it?
So
That'll speed
Giovanna
up a
just
bit.
asked where are the classes? Are they in Congleton as well?
Yes, they're in our studio in Congleton. So we're actually in a small...
Giovanna's in Birmingham, so probably that's what
So
about an hour away.
She's about an hour and 15, I would say, because we're right at the very bottom of Cheshire, South Cheshire, and we're about 10 to 15 minutes from the M6. So straight up the M6 from Birmingham. And she's not
easy,
too far
isn't it?
away. Yeah,
For Birmingham, it's very easy.
yeah.
So we end up coming through Congleton sometimes to miss the motorway. So that's this one.
Mhm.
And then I love this one. This is just...
This one is our beginners class.
Yeah.
So what you would do on this class, if
It's,
you've never done a
it
cake
is
before,
beginners, but it is effective, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's something really, really pretty. And you don't have to keep it necessarily too floral, but it seems to be a really big hit, this one. So what we would do on that class is, like I say, complete beginners. So you'll learn how to tort your cake, level the cake, you do your fillings, you do your crumb coat, you're covering with sugar paste, you're using plunger cutters and other cutters for your flowers, and you're also going to use tappets for the lettering, because I know a lot of people really can't get on with tappets, but I love tappets.
Yeah.
Give it a tilt so that we can
Which
see.
camera are we on, John?
That's
This one
fine.
or this one?
This one?
Fine,
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So you're doing your birthday, well, any message you like really with a tappet. As once you get the hang of the tappets, they are really quite easy, but there's a certain way of doing it. Sometimes they sort of end up on the other side of the room if you don't really know what you're doing.
So this
very
one is
well.
your beginners class.
Beginners.
Super.
Beginners cake decorating.
And then let's tell about the class you've got tomorrow night, because you've still got some spaces available.
I do.
And are they going to make all these in that class?
This is, on here, this is 2 different classes. So on this side, we've got our vintage cupcakes, which is what we're doing tomorrow.
Are we in the camera there?
Just
And-
take it back a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And on this side, we've got our hand painted
They're beautiful.
cupcakes.
Absolutely
So
beautiful.
I love these. I was
Yeah.
saying to Carol before, there are 6, but somebody pinched one.
I can't believe some.
The mind boggles, doesn't it? Somebody pinched one, so I've only got 5 on display, but you do make 6, and the other one is adorable, which is probably why it was pinched. But yeah, tomorrow night is vintage cupcakes, which is this peach and grey set here. It's packed with techniques really, using impression mats, you're hand forming little roses, you're making stripes that are flush, not raised on the surface. You're making 2 different types of bow, and one of those bows is stripes as well. All sorts of ruffling effects and just general hand shaping as well. And of course, the dome top cupcakes. You're learning how to do that dome, which is something that people love for weddings, christenings, that kind of thing. It's just upskilling your cupcakes, really, taking them to the next level.
Yeah.
Just go back a thing. Jackie's asked what the tappets are. Can you just a brief
Tappets?
explanation of what they are,
Yeah,
please?
sure. Tappets are they're letter cutters, and basically they come on a long sort of stick, and
But they're very much like, you know, the FMM cutters, because
Yeah.
we don't sell tappets.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, no, it's no problem. We don't sell tappets, but you know when Carol's been here, she showed you the FMM cutters and you ping them out, and like they do all shapes and some letters. Well, the tappets are all letters, aren't they? Are they all letters?
They
Have
are.
they got some flowers?
I think they've got some other bits and pieces
Yeah, but I
as
think
well.
they're mainly
but they're-
letters, aren't they? So those of you who watch Carol Haycock when she's been here, is that, yeah, exactly the same format. So where they call them, what do they call them? The
FMM.
FMM. What do they call them when they ping them out?
I think they're tappets.
They are tappets, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're it's the same company, isn't it? FMM tappets, and or are they called?
Oh, they are tappets.
They are
FMM are
they're
tappets. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I'm thinking of click sticks, which is the same.
Yeah,
isn't
no,
it? Right. Yeah.
No, not the click
Oh, yeah.
sticks. But the click
So
sticks
we
are
do sell
reasonably easy. You do sell these. It turns out. Yeah. So it's the same thing as the little shapes, the flowers or the animals that they do an owl
Yeah.
set and things like that, don't
Yeah.
they? It's the same thing, but it's letters. But because it's letters, they're quite fiddly to get them out.
Yeah.
So I've seen people doing all kinds of crazy things, like only using flour paste and then getting the letters cut and then leaving them in the cutter for 15 minutes, and they're hard by the time they come out. Well, that takes so long.
Yeah, I should. For any of you newbies, if you go back over our videos and look for Carol Haycock's, she's been here twice and she shows you how to use them in each of those demos. So they're great. So let me just go back to these cupcakes. So when we were talking before, you've got a couple of spaces left. So these girls have got a class tomorrow. So if anybody wants to get to Congleton tomorrow, they've got some spaces available still. Not many. What have you got? 2? Is it?
Yeah, we only want a couple more.
Yeah. And how much is the class?
I want to say it's £55.
£55 to learn how to make them. If I wasn't going somewhere tomorrow, I'd be coming. I would come on that. That's great, isn't it? Then I could show you lot, but
No, she can't.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Whenever I go on a class, I don't show anybody anything I learn on a class. Whatever I learn, I'd never repeat it. It's people's business. It's not the right thing to do.
To be honest, I show bits of these on other videos that I've done before and demonstrations, and it's little bits of it. But it's always nice when you go in a class to have somebody there to help you.
But
It's
isn't
all
that
well and
lovely?
good seeing something.
Isn't that lovely? When that camera there? That's beautiful. Love that one. In fact, I love them
some of
all.
my faves.
Yeah. This one.
Simple.
We got it, Joe?
Yeah.
Would you like to let us have the nod?
I did.
Did you? Look at that. So if any £55 guys, if you want to get and learn how to do these tomorrow, then you need to be phoning these girls. They can just go straight to your website. What's your website called?
It's thesugaredthistle.co.uk.
This is ever so pretty. Look at this.
There's links to it on our Facebook page as well, so you'll find
And do
links
you do
to our
them in
website
these
there.
colours, or can they choose whatever
They
colours
can
they want?
choose whatever colours they like, but people
They're great.
usually go for this
Yeah.
because
Beautiful, isn't it?
it's pretty. I love. If I could do peach and grey, everything I would do.
Yeah.
That's just
Super.
my favourite colour palette.
Then I'm going to show you another cake. They've just done this class on Saturday, and if I could have got on it, I would have been on it. But I was doing my own nifty nozzles class. But this cake, I've got a trapped it in here. You take that. Let's move that.
Yeah, so this is my
Now look at
favourite.
this bad boy. Now this is a 2-day class, isn't it?
It's 2 full days, and and on those 2 full days you make absolutely everything here. We do work on dummies because we haven't got time to fill the cakes, ganache the cakes and everything on this class, so we do work on dummies, but that's always nice, I think, because then if you are a business, this is now for your wedding fairs.
Yeah.
So again, you can choose. Yesterday we had mint and gold, we had apricots with gold, we had pink, navy and gold, absolutely stunning, all different colours. But on the class you'll learn how to apply the sequins, the marbling technique, you're painting on the marble, you'll make all the berries, the feathers, which are all hand cut,
And
free
this flower
cuts.
is amazing.
Yep, so you're making a dahlia.
Is that what it's called?
Dahlia, because I keep saying the American way, I keep saying dahlia. So you're making the dahlia, you're making the anemone, all of the feathers, like I say, hand cut. You're free forming all of the berries as well. You're doing dusting techniques. You make the centre for your anemone. They're all the petals are individually wired on that one as well. So there's a ton of techniques in this class, and it's just, I mean, it's hard going. You're shattered afterwards, but it's good fun. It's really good fun. You'll go away with a lot more sort of knowledge, and I think I always pack the 2 days with as much information as I possibly can.
Well, to be fair, if I came home with a cake like that, I'd be very chuffed. So it's so-
Nicola Wright says hello. She's been on that class.
Yeah.
Hi Nikki!
So she can tell us.
She's on it
every
yesterday.
day.
Nikki did pink, gold and navy yesterday,
Yeah, fantastic.
and hers was absolutely stunning.
So guys, if any of you want to go on Claire's classes, obviously Claire can't show you any of these things here in a live. We don't have enough time for one, and then that's her business. But anybody who wants to, who can get to Congleton and they want to learn how to do those amazing cupcakes, you know what? Go and sign up for those tomorrow. That means you learn straight away, isn't it? It's great.
Yeah.
And you can then adapt those techniques for other things as well, and then have a look at all her other classes because they're brilliant.
One of your ladies that I know is watching now, because she commented pre going live to say that she's on this hand painted cupcake class next month, so
Fantastic.
looking forward to meeting her.
So we're gonna. So these are these.
Let's have a try.
Let's just
Are they
try.
ready?
Right. So
So
Claire's
shall
just
I-
going to show you what they should look like. Just leave the camera
the
there,
big
and I'm
one's
going to bring it
not
back
ready.
round.
The big one's not ready, Liz.
No.
Okay.
So we'll get one set in first.
They're just a touch.
Okay, am I on this one here?
I think are we
Yeah.
up or down?
Forward?
Perfect.
Lovely. Okay, so what we're looking for is a skin. You can see that the colour's changed, and they're not quite as shiny as they were. They've gone sort of dull in the middle. If I touch these now, you can see that there's nothing coming away on my finger.
And
So-
why do you have to form the skin?
Right, that basically contains the top part. What's going to happen when we put these in the oven is that they're going to rise, but we don't want them to split from the middle.
Right.
So they're going to rise, we should have a nice dome on the top, and we should have some nice big, what we call feet.
Right. So
On
it's
the
very
macarons.
important. You tap them. You let
Tap
them
them,
out.
let it skin over.
Yeah. 10 minutes,
And-
20 minutes skin over. What's
Yeah.
What's your maximum?
Maximum, if it's not done in an hour, you've done something wrong, put them in the bin.
Right. Okay.
And it's worth mentioning as well at this stage, if you have any left over in your bag, don't hold on to that.
Throw it away.
It needs binning or putting on a sheet. If you start trying to use what's left over in bags, it's just not going to work. All the air's gone from your meringue, so
Yeah.
it's just not working. And all the oils from the almonds are starting to mix in with
Yeah.
that, so that we don't want that.
So you're going to pipe them quick.
pipe it and bin it. Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Right. Let's get those
Are
in
you,
the
are
oven.
you far from the train station in I was going to say Croydon, that's the message before. Are you far from the train station
At least
in
I was
Congleton?
nearer with Chester.
Well, actually, it's not walkable, but we can always pick you up.
Oh,
There's
that's
two
good.
of us, so
Yeah.
Liz can do a shuttle bus, can't you?
I always send John
Yeah.
to pick customers up for the from the train station.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
you need
Liz
to
is
get the
happy
train,
to do that.
we can get you picked up from there.
Absolutely. Just drop us a message and say what time your train's going to be in, and we'll be there to pick you up with a big sign with your name on, like when you go to the airport.
So but if I
Okay.
remember right, you only put one tray in each oven, don't you?
One tray. And I'm in this
Yeah.
one, am I?
You may as well put them in there, yeah.
Okay,
And then they
fabulous.
can see those big ones grow. We've got no light on this oven, I'm afraid. It's really bad, isn't it? I've been doing Facebook Live now for 15 months and still haven't put a light in.
I'm just going to turn this down now, ever so slightly now that they're in.
So
To about 140.
So you put the oven on 150.
Yep.
You've now turned them down to
Turn it down to
140.
140. Liz is going to put a timer on for 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes. And I'm just going to check on these ones quickly.
A couple of them were still a touch, but they might be alright.
I think these are pretty much ready to go as well. So
Right,
let's
let's bring
pop
them round
these
here.
in.
Let's see them.
Okey
Under
dokey.
pressure.
Right. We are.
And you did right not to fill up the whole thing, didn't you? Because
Yeah,
they have
because
spread
they have
when you.
spread
Yeah.
quite a lot, so these ones are going to be stuck together,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
don't worry. We don't
These
mind
ones
worrying about it.
here are going to be perfect. They spread more than I thought they would have. So let's see how we go. I've never made them this big before,
No, neither
so
have
I'm keen to see.
What they like.
That one's a little bit sticky still.
Should we just hang on?
Just a minute or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, shall we just pop on it?
Why only one tray in each oven?
I don't know. That's just the way it works. I'm sure there's something really scientific to do with this, but I don't know the answer.
The circulation of the air.
It's the circulation of the air in the oven.
Well, I was thinking the same thing, so.
But you wouldn't think that would matter with a fan oven, would you?
No, I would have thought for a fan oven it shouldn't, but you do think, they do say when you put too much, things take longer to
Yeah,
cook when
it
you've got
does.
lots more stuff
Yeah.
in the oven.
So I've tried it before, and it's not always massive. Sometimes needs must. You just chuck them in the oven, don't you? But I've tried it sometimes. It's not been great. The second tray's not been brilliant. So yeah, one tray at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the question, was it just me or did the colour get brighter as well?
As they sat.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it does brighten up a little, but that's the same with anything. It's like if you colour royal icing and then you leave it overnight, or buttercream,
Yeah.
as you know, and then you leave it all overnight,
sugar
the colour
paste and
develops.
everything.
It just develops more
Yeah.
the longer
But
you
this
leave
is a
it.
fantastic yellow, this. This
Yeah,
is the
fab.
fractal colours, and these are, and this is, what's this one called?
Lemon yellow.
Lemon yellow, and believe me, it's very lemon yellow.
Tubes
And
are a little flimsy.
I had
aren't they?
two ladies in the class, pardon?
So the tubes are a little bit flimsy.
We've never broke a tube before. So we had two ladies in the nifty nozzles class on Saturday who used the yellow. It was so bright that I said to them when they're driving home, don't take the lid off that cake box, I'll see you from Mars. Really, if they broke down, they only needed to flash the cake. They would have been seen from everywhere.
Well, this is it. I mean, the reason I put that much colour in is because I'm used to using other brands,
Yeah.
and I thought it would be the same. But they're like, because I was going for a soft yellow.
Was we going for a pastel?
So, but it just shows then that's value for money because you use
Yeah.
a lot less. So
Yeah.
it's a really nice,
Yeah.
strong, vivid
The
colour.
fractal range, we use two ranges of gels. We use the Colour Splash range, which is amazing, and it's a great range. I think it's 165. I think we might have it on the website for 155 at the moment, and that's a great range. I love that range, and there's 29 colours. The fractal range, I think, how many colours did we do today when we booked up, Maria? Was it 16? The fractal, no, the gels. They're called the fun-filled gels, and they're suitable for anybody who's vegetarian, vegan, and a halal diet. So,
53.
pardon?
53.
Not in the gels, it wasn't, Maria. So sorry, Maria. Maria. Those were the dusts. I'm talking about the fun-filled gels. I think they're 16. So won't ask Maria questions again. It's late. We have been in
Been a
work.
long day.
We have been in work. Well, Maria was in work from 7:15. I was there at 6:20 today. So and didn't finish till late. So because we've been changing the warehouse all around, our warehouse looks beautiful now. All our preparations. Right, are we up to 12 minutes yet?
No.
No, good. Right, so are these going in the oven now, Claire?
God.
Rena has said she'd given up on making macarons, but now you make it look so easy, she's going to give it another try.
That's what we like.
Thank you.
That's what the Facebook Lives are all about. The recipes that we always show you guys are the easier version, because we realise there's lots of novice bakers, new bakers, people who've never even given it a go and fancy giving it a go. So it's all about making it very, very easy. Let's leave the difficult stuff to the professionals.
Mm.
Not saying you're not
Definitely.
professionals, she's doing the easy recipe for us. Right, are these going in the oven yet, or should we get on with the buttercream?
I'm going to pop these in the oven. Can we get a little view of what's going on in that oven?
Yeah,
I think
we
it's
can do.
visible, just because
Yeah.
I want you to see the feet growing.
Yeah, just
in
hang
the
on, wait for
oven.
Maria. So Maria's just going to change the camera angle. Oh, if you're clever, you better catch John in there.
Might probably in a reflection there. So
Yeah,
you can
it's
see
not.
the feet growing there. So what we've got is a little layer of bubbly feet underneath the smooth shell. And that's exactly what we're looking for, so they're perfect so far.
We're not allowed to open the oven now.
No.
Nope, we're not allowed to open the oven yet, no.
Right.
When they're nearly done, just to check them, I'm going to, take it first and I'm going to stick my hand right in the oven. But then, other than that, no, just for seconds to check them. So they're going in, and I'm going to turn that temperature down as well.
We must get a light for that other oven. We must remember. Maria, put it on our notes tomorrow.
Can you do another timer?
I'm doing a stopwatch on them.
Oh, lovely.
Right. So we're on 3
Very
minutes
good.
past 9 on here. So we're going to make the centre of the filling now, aren't we? The
We are.
buttercream.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the buttercream recipe, all we're doing is a simple buttercream recipe. Now this buttercream is the same as for the nifty nozzles, but it's firmer. We don't want it as soft as we have it for the nifty. Oh yeah, we do, because we're going to use nifty nozzles, aren't
Yeah.
we? Sugar. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was thinking? I was thinking you were doing the 1M swirl, but I forgot we're doing nozzles. I wasn't meant to be involved in this demo whatsoever.
Right,
Okay.
Kaz has said every time she watches the live, she changes her mind about the new colours that she plans to try after her wilted ones run out. Can I have a definitive answer of which one's better, Fractal or Colour Splash?
That's tricky.
I
Can
like
I do it? Because I
Go.
won't get in trouble.
Oh,
Fractal. I've
Fractal.
only used that tonight and it's really, really concentrated. I think it's good value.
I don't know.
And it's vegetarian and vegan.
Suitable for halal.
Yeah, you can use it for everyone, so it's a win
I've got,
for
to
me.
be, I've got to be honest, I'm for all of them, if I'm really honest. So I would put it down to your budget, what you want to spend on colours. But the Fractal ones are really very, very vivid. And I know Claire and Liz really like them very much and have actually want to stock them themselves, don't you?
Yes,
So
we
we're
would
quite
like
excited about them. Right, okay, so the buttercream recipe we're going to make then is the buttercream recipe for what we use for nifty nozzles. I wasn't meant to be involved tonight, but have lots of you seen those macarons where they've got little flowers going around the outside? Now, those little flowers are like little sugar flowers, but because we're doing a bigger macaron tonight, what we thought we'd do is we're going to actually make some little flowers, pop them in the freezer, and then when the macarons cool down, we're actually going to stick them on the side. That's what we're hoping for. Okay, so the buttercream that we use for nifty nozzles. Go on, John, wants to ask something?
Do you think I could cook macarons on whoopie cake mats?
Whoopie pie mats?
I would think
Don't
so.
see why not. Are they silicone? I don't know why I asked that, like you could answer me immediately.
Yeah, but I think
yeah, on a silicone mat, yeah.
yeah, I think whoopie
She
cake.
said yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's a silicone mat, yeah. You can actually you can do them on parchment paper. You don't need these mats, by the way. You don't need these mats, they just make it very easy for you. And you can just wash them and just hang them up to dry.
Just make sure if you're using a paper that you're not using any paper that's got any kind of wax on it or parchment that's been waxed, because they will just stick like glue to that wax. They will not come off. So if you're going to use paper, no wax involved.
That's a good tip. I never checked my paper when I used them the other
That's
day.
because I started using wax paper like an idiot, thinking these will come off dead easy. They did not come off. No.
Right, let's get this buttercream on. So we've got 250 grams of butter. I'm using unsalted butter. Here's Maria rolling my shoulder again. Maria, you make much thing all the time. You don't really need it for the video, don't you? Sorry. Forget, she needs it for the macaron video. So, sorry, we'll have to give this a blast. Can you pass me that kettle, please, John? Does it feel warm? Does everything see out there? So sorry guys, so when you put your butter in the machine, you've really got to blend the living daylights out of it. And really I should have probably done this before we came live. As I didn't know I was involved. And all this has come about because she decided she wants to use the nifty nozzles. Oh yeah, I thought we were doing a cake though. I thought we were going to do a cake. So you've got to give this a good couple of minutes. So just hang on a second, sorry. You can have a look at all the other cakes. So I can turn these cakes over. Let me come over. Pardon?
It smells
Yeah. That lemon and elderflower. Who's got the lemon and elderflower and tried it? Because we're getting nothing but really good rave reviews about it. So in fact, that much we've sold out, and I think that was our second batch that we've sold out. So I think our lads are beginning to look like lemon and elderflowers in our production area, along with unicorn, mermaid, and llama flavours. Have you all tried any of those flavours yet? John was laughing when I said that we should do them, and he said, "Oh, don't be daft, nobody's going to buy them. Sold out." Hey, John? So we sold out of them as well, so they're back in production. You can still order off the website because there's a lot going on in production tomorrow, so don't worry. So when you whip the buttercream, so your butter, you've really got to whip it until it's really nice and soft. And if you can, try and whip it until it's sort of as light colour as you can. To be fair, I don't need to do this because we're actually going to colour it. So I'll just pop over to this camera here. So we just... So see how nice and soft it is now? Look, can you see that on that camera very well, John? So that butter's really nice and soft there. And then we're going to put in 500 grams of the lemon and elderflower flavoured icing sugar. And as per usual, Carol likes it full strength, but you can dilute it. Can you smell it? It's good, isn't it? So I like it full strength, the flavours, but you can dilute it. And dilute it, I mean by half a bag of the flavoured icing sugar with half a bag of the clay.
Are the new flavours still on introductory price?
Yes, they are. They're on the introductory price for as long as John says. They will be this month, wedding month, anyhow. So we're just going to add in a bit of water, just so I can chop it in. How are we doing on the macarons? Do they need to come out?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. So we're just going to chop it in, and then I'm going to give this a beat again. And I'm making a proper mess here because I'm trying to get out of Maria's way. So no, it's okay. So you see I'm chopping it in so that when it goes into the mixer it doesn't fly all over the place. So just 1 second. And Claire, can I give you this cloth? Can you just go and get that nice and wet because we'll clean this for you. Right, okay, so we're going to do this, and then Liz, can I have 2 bowls from over there, please? Keep that Liz working. She thought she'd come for a rest and a nosing. She had a rest getting out the car, it took her that long. So we're back on here, John, we're on here. Don't know which camera I need to be on. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water. So you can add water, or you can add condensed milk. So I'm just going to add a bit more water. I hope the kettle can go back. And then we're just going to beat the living daylights out of that. And then I'm going to use the Fractal Pink. So I think it looks, should we do lemon and pink? Or should we do lemon?
Let's do pink.
Yeah, just put a tiny bit in. Let's just see how this goes. So I've just put a drop in. And they are bright because I've just put a drop in. So be careful. When you're ready to come out the oven, Claire.
I'm just going to let them sit there just for a second.
Yeah.
Switch the oven off because I don't want them to go brown, but they just need another 1 minute, I would say. And then they'll be perfect.
Right, so the Fractal Pink that we put in, we've only just put in a tiny drop to get this baby pink colour. Because that's what we want. We don't want a really vivid pink, do you?
No.
Don't want a hot pink, do you? because believe me, it
It's a
goes.
very royal wedding hot
No.
pink, is it?
And then, I don't know which, I'm just going to mix it in colour. So we've got this nice baby pink here.
I think it's a bit more pink when it looks on the camera actually. Maloney said put more pink in.
I'm actually going to put a bit more pink in some here now.
Subtle, yeah.
Yeah, so I only wanted to do a very light pink, but they'll understand why I want to do a light pink afterwards. Just 1 second. I'm going to darken this pink up.
Do we sell the Fractal as bundles?
We don't, I'm afraid, at the moment. So we're just going to make this little bit of the pink a lot darker. Are they ready? So I've only just added a bit more in there so you can see it's a nice hot pink. Right, okay. So I'll carry on doing this, Claire, now until you're ready to get your...
I'm ready.
You ready to get them out
I'm
of
going to
the oven?
get them out of the oven now.
And then show off. See, Liz is so excited how good they are. It's really scary when you come on the live because you know you're always in fear that they don't work, aren't you? Oh, look at them! Wow, look at those bad boys!
How beautiful
Oh,
they
they smell.
look.
Oh, they do smell good, don't they?
So, what I was looking for was the shells not to move. I was sticking my hand in the oven, which is probably, you know, health and safety, don't do this at home. But the tops are now not wiggling anymore, so we know that they're done.
Yeah, they are.
So-
lovely. Oh, it's exciting.
Can you see? Let's just ping a couple away from the mat. Oh, I just caught that one. Just caught the corner of that one there. So the bottom's nice and smooth, apart from where I've just caught it. And can you see? Lovely smooth down. And we've got these beautiful air bubble feet there. Absolutely perfect they are. So what I'm going to do now is just move these away to... Oh, that one's even better.
That one just popped off.
Beautiful. Gorgeous, shiny, shiny bottom on them. That's what you're looking for. If you found that they're hollow, there's no base on them, they're hollow and they're wet inside, they've probably been overmixed for one, and they're definitely not cooked enough. They shouldn't be overly gooey. What you're looking for is a crunch and a chew
Yeah.
with macarons. So crunch first, chew afterwards. Really nice chewy centre, but they should never be sort of wet in the middle.
And do you know what I will say? There's no colour loss.
No,
Because when you do bake with whatever colours, you usually lose the colour.
No.
We haven't lost any colour there at all, have we? They're
not
exactly
at
the
all.
same.
They were in for 14 minutes in total. So 1 minute of that I had switched the oven off just to let them finish off, but to avoid any colouring, any browning. So, and I just left them in the oven with the door closed but with the oven switched off, and they're absolutely perfect. The big ones
Yeah. I
in
think
the
they're
oven
good.
now look like
Amazing.
they're going to be amazing.
Right, okay.
So I'll keep checking on those, but I'm going to move these off to the side and just let them cool down.
Yeah. Do you take them off the metal tray underneath now?
Yeah, I will do.
Right, so nifty nozzles. So we're going to use the mini nifty nozzles, okay? Because we want to create these little flowers. And if these flowers don't work for the macarons, Claire's got a little backup plan.
So fingers crossed they work.
Since she roped me into this, fingers crossed they don't. So you see that I'm cutting the nozzle, the bag, so that it just comes in line with the nozzle. John, am I in line here with this camera? I don't know which camera I was on. Was I on there talking to this?
You're on that line.
Yeah,
Fine.
so you were paying attention to the demo, were you? So while I was talking to them there and had everything low, they were looking at the mixer and the bowl there.
No.
Right,
No.
okay. So what we're going to do now is, am I in the right place?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just going to put a thin coat of the pale pink on the outside of the inside of the bag, if that makes any sense at all. I always say put it on the outside of the bag, and the worst thing I'd want you to do is be on the outside of the bag slapping buttercream all over it. So on the outside of the inside of the bag. Does that make sense though? You just never know, do you? You think it sounds as though it's right when you say it, and then somebody takes it a completely different way. And then we're just going to drop this brighter pink in the middle.
Yeah, those are minis.
Those are minis. We sell these in a set of 9. They're great.
And the questions come up from Laura. It was asked before about freezing the macarons. You can freeze them and then thaw them and then reuse them. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So all I've done here is, are these ready to come out of the oven?
I'm just going to check them.
Gillian's asked, do we have a chart showing what sort of flour each nifty nozzle makes? We don't, but every individual nozzle on the website has its own images.
Yeah. I've tried to do a chart. The problem is there's so many nozzles that by the time that you've done a chart and put them all together, you'd need a really big chart to print off. You'd need A3 size. And because if I do it with just the flour, people would want to know what the nozzle looks like, and then, or I would have to do loads of them. So what I've actually done is I've actually decorated a cake. I don't know which camera I'm on because John never pays attention when I'm on. So that's the thing with husband and wife, they ignore each other, don't they? So he never watches what I'm doing. So with the thing with the chart,
It could be looking at the football scores when the season's over.
Football scores are more interesting to you, aren't they, than cake decorating? So the thing with the chart is, so with each nozzle, I've actually decorated a cupcake with that particular nozzle. So if you go onto our website and look up nifty nozzles, every one we do has got its own cupcake decorated with it. Yeah. So you'll be wondering why I've done it this way, and I'm sure Claire's done the same. So it's just easier because I'm just going to pop it in the fridge. I'm going to just sit down. So I'm just going to use this little mini nozzle. We're keeping an eye on the. Oh, those look good, don't they? So we're just keeping. So let me just get. So there we go. So what we're going to do now is do exactly the same as if we were going onto the cake. So we're just going to go onto the base. Am I in view there, John?
Yeah.
So we're going to go onto the base, squeeze the base up 1 centimetre off. Oh, wait a minute. Up 1 centimetre off. Up 1 centimetre off. Up 1 centimetre off. Off. You always have to have a dodgy one. So we're just going to do these, but I think these are going to be too big. They may be alright, mightn't they?
I think they're going to be fine for the big ones.
Thanks, Lynn.
Oh, what does Lynn say?
She just sent through the football scores.
Thanks, Lynn. Right. Meant to be having a serious conversation here. So I'm just going to keep doing these because I don't know how many of these Claire's going to need.
We'll need quite a few.
Pardon?
We'll need quite a few, yeah, I would say.
So this is just an idea that we're just going to try. I'm just going to do my other nozzles as well. So I'm just going to put these in the freezer for 5 minutes. Let me just... You got a flat plate there, Maria, yeah? So we're just going to pop these in the freezer, and then I'll do the other one with the other nozzles. Pop those round. Thanks, Maria. And pop them in the freezer. Do you want this table now?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Freezer, please. We need them to freeze fast. I've actually done a tray, emptied the tray out.
Okay, so I'm just going to grab the macarons now because they are cooled already. So I'll bring those in. Carefully, so some of them pop off or morting. And all we're going to do is just gently, ever so gently, peel them away from the mat and just marvel at how beautiful they look.
Can I have that broken one?
Yeah.
I can't wait to get my lips on them.
Well, somebody needs to have another one then because there won't be an even number.
Don't worry, Maria's got her eye on it.
Yeah, Maria was all over it last time, wasn't she?
Every week.
Maria eats everything. Hey, said to her, needs to watch herself, wait till she gets to my age.
Right, I've got one here that's just stuck a little bit, but as you can see it's still right and it's not wet in the middle. I can see that that's going to be beautifully chewy.
We'll have the broken ones, won't we, Maria?
There's always a couple that are not quite as perfect as you would like, but well, actually they're perfect for filling and selling because there's no sign of it from the outside.
No, so you still fill it,
and
can't
it's
you?
still exactly the same. All it's missing is a little bit of that base there, so they're still perfect for filling and selling or giving away or just generally munching on yourself.
We'll fill them, we'll fill up the watermelon. We've got watermelon here. That's what I need.
Okie dokie.
Anne-Marie said thank you. She wondered how you got the different colour on the outside of the flowers. That's the two-tone.
Clever, isn't
I'm
it?
just going to do it again now. Do you think we should
Do you
wash
want to
this
carry
now?
on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Go on
carry on.
Right, so which camera are we on here? We're on here, John. This camera? Can you see under here?
No, need to go a bit that way.
Does it?
We've got so much stuff out, haven't we?
Yeah. Can I just have that double top as well, please?
Yeah.
Only
There
because
you
I've got
go.
buttercream all over my fingers. Oh, they're lovely and light. You can feel them, can't you?
They're beautiful.
Right, okay, so. Not sure if you can see on this camera. Can you see? Is that okay there?
Mm-hmm.
So I've just done this with the darker pink, and then I'm going to put the lighter pink in the middle. So we'll just do a couple of these. And we're actually going to fill up a 1M for these little macarons as well. Going to fill that up. And that's your two colours in there. Am I in this camera?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Maria. Sorry. And then can I have a bacon mat? So one of these, of course. And then can you see on here?
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to. I will show you how to extend these one day, these little flowers. And just do them as small little, because we're doing small little flowers because we're doing a little exercise that Claire wants to try, see if they'll work. So this is just a different design in this nozzle. So onto the.
So Jackie, these are the mini nifty nozzles.
Colour will come out in a minute. I squeezed it out before. There, the colour's just starting to come out now. Sorry, Maria. So I don't know how well you can see on there, John.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need to squeeze them so they're about 1 centimetre. Claire's going to have fun with these, trying to find all the ones the same size. I didn't think she's forgot how she needs them all the same size. Sorry, Claire. We'll manage, won't we? Just go around here. Let's get rid of these. So the reason we're putting them onto the parchment paper is because we want them for the macarons. So instead of putting them on the cake, we want them for the macarons. I think that'll do. Okay, so that'll do. Get another plate. So we'll pop these in the freezer as well. Yeah, okay. And then we've got the 1M piping tip here that we're going to do. Which camera are we on? This one? Or the,
No.
go over here? Over here, so here?
It'd be better if you could do them in the middle of the board.
Yeah, that's fine. So we've got the 1M rows in here. So I'm just going to pipe this up for these nozzles here. So just 1 second. So this is the one in Wilton. And again, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a very thin coat. So let's do a very thin coat. So I did the other ones darker. So this is a very thin coat.
Is it any particular ones in the mini nifty nozzles you can use?
No, they're set of 9. They are individually numbered, the 9 minis, but I've actually not named them. And then I'm going to give these to Claire to do her rose swirls, or she wants me to do them, I don't know.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So what could you fill your macarons with apart from buttercream? So you could fill them with buttercream and
Ganaches.
ganache.
Yeah, flavoured ganaches. You could pipe a little barrier and put some little gels and things like that in there, curds, that kind of thing.
So that you'll see, no, you wouldn't have to squirt it out, but what I did is, because of the dark colour, I squirted out the dark colour first, so that I got the nice light colour ready for Claire for these little ones. There you go, Claire.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I'm a good
So-
assistant, have I? Have I been quicker than your other assistant?
Much quicker than the other assistant. So
Never
just,
gonna live to today,
Yeah, show them up here.
yeah, just a tiny little rosette inside, which looks gorgeous in the two-tone actually.
It's nice in the two-tone, isn't it?
Really nice. On half of these shells. Oops. Oh, I'm so clumsy today. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Do you know, I think when you go live, you can't help
Fingers
but make
and
mistakes.
thumbs.
You do.
Yeah.
You get, I
Fingers
think
and
you're trying to
thumbs.
rush, and then you're trying to slow down, and
Yeah.
you're trying to make sure you're in the camera. So your big macarons now are on cooling, are
They are in the oven still with the oven switched off because they were just starting to brown, but they're still a little wobbly in the middle. So I just thought leave them in with the door closed, but the oven switched off, and they should be good.
So if your macaron has broke on the inside, that doesn't matter, does it? You're not
No.
going to see it out here.
No, you're not going to see it at all. If I were to put my finger there and feel that it was wet, then I would get rid of
Yeah.
those. But it's not. It's perfectly cooked. It's just just was a little bit stuck to the mat. That's all. So then I'll sandwich the two together.
Brilliant, it's nearly time.
It's so. Can you taste them already, Maria?
We can smell them.
Yes. They smell pretty fabulous, don't they?
Yeah.
How pretty is that? They're really cute. Nice
Which
big
colour are we
lid
on,
for
John?
this one.
It's that one, but it's not.
You're not getting me.
Which
Mm,
one?
it-
Which
it-
one do you need? So if she does it slower, that's
I
the other
could
thing,
do
when you put them together, you've got to put them slow.
Ah.
Just
slower.
up a little bit closer to that camera. Just up a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
hold it slow, don't move.
Just
Okay.
hold it. Turn
Hold it,
turn it
then.
around a little bit. Perfect. There.
And
Yeah?
Just hold it so they can see. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Lovely.
Lovely.
We forget because we just whiz them past
Yeah,
the
we just-
camera,
Just do.
and then you realise if you just do them slow and hold them.
Yeah. Margaret said she only joined. Has she missed making macarons? Yes. Yeah, you have.
You can watch it later.
But you can watch everything later. It'll be all on our Facebook page and on YouTube tomorrow.
Well, they can watch it after this feed finishes. So when we finish, Margaret, you can't rewind at the moment because it's a live feed. So sometimes people, when they come in, they think they can rewind. You can't rewind until this feed finishes. So when we actually finish demoing, give Maria 5 minutes to run to the office, pin it, and then you'll be able to watch it. So you should be able to watch it after 10 o'clock tonight on our Facebook page. So are we still in camera with those?
So
You just give them a little wiggle just to make sure that they stay together. So just a gentle wiggle into place. But that's perfect with the two-tone because you can just see that. Gentle wiggle.
So have you thought on how we're going to do those with the flowers, Claire?
I know what we're going to do.
Yeah. I've got an idea of how you think we should do it, but having never put it into practice, I don't know.
Yeah, there is that, isn't there? So, nothing quite like winging it, is there?
Right.
One more.
Should we do our taste now?
We do.
Of course.
Well, I'll let you guys taste them and I'll go and check the oven then, shall I?
I can't wait.
One spare
I'm so
shell.
excited, I can't wait. So we're going to take some pictures.
Yes.
Are you going to have one, Liz?
Of course.
Oh, good girl. And if you hear that rustling in the background, you know, Johnny and strawberries.
I've got a picture.
So should we try one?
Yes.
Let's try one. So good. Which camera are we over there? Yeah? Or do you want to bring them round here?
I will do. Just a moment. I'm just going to get rid of the tray and then I'll bring them round.
Really ladylike. It's got to go in one. John wants one. Maria's let hers in one go. Let me wash my hands.
I think these might be a bit too sticky. Okay, so the big ones are out of the oven and let's just see how we go. With demassing. Nope. They're going to go back in.
They're going to go back in.
They're not quite there. They're going to go back in.
On that.
Just for a minute, thank you.
Do you know, I thought I should read the instructions. Should we wash them out first?
Possibly should have, yeah. Possibly.
Brand new mat.
That could be an issue, yeah.
While we're waiting for them in the oven then, so let's get these bad boys onto a plate then. Have you got a plate? Or a stand?
There we go.
In fact, I think I've got a nice one here actually.
Oh yeah, lovely.
Hey, it was good to see how many of you made the little mini ones of these. Quite a few of you had a go. I'm really proud of you for giving it a go. So let me just move those that way. A little mini afternoon tea party. So let's get those on here, out of the way. Go on, you pop them on there, Claire.
Thank you.
And then I am just going to show them the new product. So we're just waiting for those to come out the oven, aren't we?
Yes. Questions come up again about defrosting. When you take them out of the freezer, do you just leave them in the container?
Yes.
I've just got another one, sorry. I'm not. Oh.
Should we take one for Liz? Nice big one.
They're really nice.
There you go, Liz.
It's
Weird.
so pretty.
They are, aren't they? I'm glad we went for the pink filling.
Yeah.
It's out of the way.
You don't have one there.
I will do, yeah.
So let me tell you about the new products, ladies and gents.
Alright.
So you're going to see this massive, I don't know which camera we're on, which camera we're on? So you'll see this massive big pastry mat that we've got in. Okay. These have come in but these are the proper pastry mats. And these stick to your table, they don't move. So when you want to roll out on these, they are $39.99, should be $45, but these are huge. So if you can see me, they cover me and I'm a big girl. So that's your big pastry mat. And that measures out to a 20-inch cake. So I don't, is it 20 inches when it does that, when it's the whole circle? Does it mean a 20-inch cake?
No.
No, it means
It's 20 inches
20
in total.
in total, isn't it? So that would be like, so for a 10-inch cake, that would be
If
10.
it's 5 inches deep, a 10-inch
you go
cake,
to
so you've got
15.
your 5 on either side.
Yeah, so you
So
go
you
to
go
15,
20,
wouldn't you?
20.
No, 20.
Go to
20 for a 10-inch
10
cake,
across
there's
the top,
5
and 5 down inside.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
So I don't make cakes, can't you?
5 either
Oh,
side.
yeah. So there you go. So those are in. This is why we need the professionals in. I do tell you I'm a hobby baker. So there we go. Then we've got the coaster mats in. You know that we do these as cake liners. We've got the round ones, so they stop everything moving. So you can put them, nothing moves on them. They do stay in place. They come in packs of 4, so those are in. Don't ask me the prices. Go onto the Bako Glide on our website, or go to the new products.
Can I suggest something that you
Go
use
on.
these for? These are amazing because they're the perfect size if you are making flowers and you've got one of those groove boards, a cell board.
Oh, right.
And when you're rolling on top of that, they slide everywhere all over the surface,
yeah.
and that's the perfect little
Well,
thing to
stop
keep
it
it in
going.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Purple Cupcakes have brought out their new vermicelli in gold and silver. So they're on the website as well. So they're in gold and silver. We've got your bowl scraper, which we'll use. This isn't new. I've had this a long time. I just keep meaning to remind you about them. And this gets everything out of your bowl. So in a minute, we're going to have to get the rest of the buttercream out for Claire, but we'll get every bit out rather than leaving something to waste. So that's your bowl scraper. There's a new ribbon, 20 metres of it, handmade with love. It's really nice. It's nice, that, isn't it?
Mm.
So that's on the website. So these are all under new arrivals. And then we've got these new cutters. There's 5 sets here, okay? Now they're all muddled up because Maria's been playing with them. But let me just move them over here. So there's 5 little sets. They're from the Cake Star range, but they're great for your little cupcake cakes or for the children to be making. So Maria spent a little bit of time the other day making these. And this is the sweets. So I don't know which camera we can see on there. So this is the sweets, that one's the sweets section. Yeah, yeah. So you've got sweets there, little toppers. And then we've got here, this is the seasons, which is the flower, star, butterfly, no, nature, this one is. Flower, leaf, bird, butterfly, star. So these are great little cutters, just for like little infill things. This is your baby. Rocking horse, baby feet, dummy, rattle. And then you've got, I'm not quite sure what that is actually. What's that, do you think? There's a bottle, a t-shirt, love heart.
Ballet dress or something?
Oh yeah, it's a little dress,
Oh,
isn't it?
something.
Yeah. And then these are your squares. So they're just for adding in your little toppers. And then these are your seasons. So just thought I'd tell you about those. They're in stock. All the images are on the website. I just thought I'd bring them in. And then there are all these little steel cutters. So they're great. So I'm sure more of you are more adventurous at doing them than us. So what you do is you buy them all and you stick them in a big plastic box afterwards and dig them out when you need them, don't you? So they do come in little sets. I think there's 12 cutters per set. So pop those in. And then I think you're going to go mad for these. I think these are lovely. So these come in a box of 80. So for those of you, these are little toppers here. So for those of you who want to put these up on your cupcakes, aren't these lovely?
Oh, quite
So
cool, yeah.
Aren't they? So these come in a box of 80. Okay, they're under sugar pipings, and again go under the new arrivals. But aren't these lovely, these little t-shirts? So you've got your mermaid, you've got your rainbow, you've got your unicorn.
No llamas.
No llamas, unfortunately. No, we had to do footballs and dinosaurs for the boys. So, but aren't they pretty?
They're really cute.
I like them, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you get them in they're in sheets, loads of little sheets of them, and there's 80 of them in total. So those people who don't want to go to all the trouble, well, I couldn't make them anyhow, could you?
Not quite.
So you could do a nice swirl on your cake and stick one of those on top, couldn't you? And these are edible. You eat these, yeah.
And you
So
could
they're
even
lovely.
modify them, couldn't you? Really?
How would you modify? What would you do?
Well, you could. If
So
you
you
perhaps
use
you
a
didn't
clever
want the
one.
shape, you could take your scalpel and cut out your little unicorn head.
Yeah,
Cut out
could
your
do.
little mermaid leaf.
Or you
football.
could add some 3D items.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You could 3D.
where the bubbles are next to the mermaid, you can add sugar pearls. That would look cute.
yeah, that would be
You
good.
could make your horn 3D on your unicorn
Oh, I
and
like
your
that. So you could-
eyelashes.
So you could put a bit of edible glue on there and then put some
Yeah,
pearls on to
pearls on.
embellish them up then.
Yeah,
Ah,
but a 3D horn and 3D eyelashes
Even
on the
that cloud.
unicorn would look cool.
The cloud with an
Yeah, the cloud would look amazing done 3D. Yeah.
Oh, see, this is what happens when you get the professionals in, eh?
Shouldn't give
This
away
is-
all these top tips.
No,
should we?
yeah,
I should just bought a box and just.
There's me, I would have just
Top
stuck
tip.
them on the cake. And been really chuffed as well. See?
Yes, they are edible, Jenny.
Yeah, they're edible. So let me just,
They're
really
nice,
good.
those.
they're nice, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yes, so
love
they've
those.
just come in. And then I don't know what's in this box. Oh, this is the transport boxes. So there's others. These are your cupcake boxes that hold 24 cupcakes. These are fantastic. These come in packs of 5. So if you're doing an event this weekend for the royal wedding, you do need these. We are out of stock, but we're back in tomorrow. So if you want to order these, but they come in packs of 5s, and these are great and save them as well. Don't throw them away. Recycle them, reuse them. And the deep, yeah. I send home my students with these now, with their nifty nozzle cakes. So, because I get fed up, I ask them to bring their own cupcake boxes, and then all sorts of things come and they can't get them in. So I think, well, you know what? Yeah, buy my box. So they're great. So that's the newbies, all right. There's loads of other new things. And then the other thing is I put some things in the clearance box. So I'm having a bit of a clear out because me and the lads have been in the warehouse all day yesterday and today, and we've got lots of new products that we've got coming in, and we needed to make some space, didn't we, Maria? So we put loads of things in the clearance box. So go over there, put all the glitters in for £2. So all the glitters to bling up your cakes, your decoration cakes. Do remember they're non-toxic. They're for cake decoration purposes only, but they do bling up your cakes and make them look really nice. You can, I've put all the rainbow dust colours in the sale. I've put some lustre sprays in the sale, PME lustre sprays. There's quite a few things in there that I've popped in there. So go over to the clearance box and have a look over there. How are we doing? Are we more successful now?
No, I'm not going to lie, they're a big fail.
They're a big fail. Well,
big
you know,
fail.
this is what happens. So don't worry.
They're just a little bit too wet on the inside. But what?
Do you want to bring them over here?
Yeah, I'll bring them round.
But we've never made them this big before.
Never.
Do you think they should have stayed in the oven a bit longer?
What I think I would do next time, because they're starting to brown on the edges, what I would do next time, I think, is just put them much lower for longer.
Yeah.
Give them the initial heat, but I'd probably turn them down to 120, 110 or 120.
Yeah.
So it's really, really low. So I'll show you what's happening. You can see how that's, or can you? Let's move along.
Yep, that's fine.
Can you there?
Yep.
See, it's a little bit wet on the inside. We were just getting there.
Yeah, because you can just start to see the
Yeah,
shine, can't
I mean,
you?
we are nice and solid.
Mhm.
We're just starting to see the shine there, but we've just not had enough
Don't worry,
time
I'll
really
taste
to
it
let
for
them
you.
go.
I'll taste it for you.
But
So
we're going to fill that.
oh, are we? Oh, right, there you go. Have you just had one? He's eating them over there, the small ones.
For demonstration purposes, we're going to fill them.
Okay, so we're going to save them anyhow.
Yes. So, regardless of how they're a little bit
See,
soggy.
this is what happens when you get professional on, and even myself, I muck up sometimes, and even I have to think, right, how am I going to save the show? So what we're going to do is we're going to save them. So there's all things about learning. Claire hasn't done them on this mat, on this size before.
No.
So let's see how we get on.
I do
you
really
want me-
like them. I'm going to keep playing with it because I want, you know,
absolutely.
I like them this
And
size.
I'll fill up the piping bag because I presume you're going to use the
Yeah,
piping bag
please.
first, aren't you?
We are, yeah.
We haven't got a lot of buttercream, so we'll have to manage with what we've got.
We're just going to go for
Just do a
a
couple.
couple of these.
And you don't
yeah.
need to worry, me and Maria will eat them, shall we? Look, yes.
I
she
didn't think
says.
of it. I didn't think
Did
they
you
were
hear
going
her?
to waste
Did
for
you hear her
1
go
minute.
then? Yes. Yes.
These are quite big.
So, let me do that. 1 second.
Hand these are quick rings.
Put those over there. Are they frozen enough, those flowers?
Yeah, they look
Yeah,
fine.
don't come enough, don't they?
So when you put the buttercream flowers in the freezer, they do freeze up, but when they come out, you've got to use them pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Where's that scraper? That ball scraper.
It's close.
They were so close,
I
so
know.
close to done, but we've not got time to.
So this ball scraper is brilliant. Don't know whether you've got one of these, Claire, but you can take one out if you want.
Yeah, well, yes, please.
So,
Yes.
look at that. Get everything out. So
Yeah,
if you're on a
that's
diet, this stops you licking the ball. You do this with your cake mix and everything. So I don't know whether you can see on the camera there. Which camera are we on? Just see. Can we see there? We've got everything out. Everything out. There we go.
It's a good size, that one as well.
What, this one?
Yeah,
It's
I've only
easy.
got a tiny
And it's
little one.
pliable as well, so you
Yeah.
can get everything.
You do
Right.
one of them.
And it doesn't matter whether you're left-handed or right-handed. So, let me just put the thing in.
What you guys can't see is that Liz is off to the side, stuffing all the bits that are stuck to the mat over
Well,
there.
she's speeded up now when it comes to eating. Okay, hey? Friggin' hell. We'll have to hurry up, me and you, Maria. Should have bet them all.
That's it. Carol and I
Hey?
are working, Maria's working, and John and Liz are just eating everything that we
I
do.
know, John's,
There's not very much left on this now, is there?
John's scoffing away there.
I'm director.
He'd do
I've
like
been
3 or
checking the
4
freezer and watching ovens.
and munchy.
So let me just get the rest out of this bowl here.
I think it might have been a mistake to leave these there.
I know.
The issue was
There's not many left now, is
There's not.
So let me just...
So the question of how many can you make with one
Well, we
batch,
don't know.
we'll never know the answer to that because
no.
it's all
I'm
been
just
eaten.
going to squeeze that lot into there. Right, there you go.
Fab.
So we've got those frozen flowers out.
I'm just going to put this in and then grab the flowers because
Yeah.
I want to be quick.
Yeah.
Or well, Liz is going to grab the flowers. So I'm just going to pipe away
You've made over it.
rosettes into there. Beg your pardon? So I'm starting in the middle and working my way to the outside. But I'm just going to put a double ring on it because I want a bit of extra height just so that hopefully those flowers can sit nicely.
They do taste good. Oh, yeah. Sorry, they do taste good.
Guys. Okay, let's give this a whirl. So we've got Carol's flowers.
Well, nearly, I had to have one before Liz at them all.
Oh, I had edges.
I don't think Liz will be coming again. Liz has been picked on all night. Here we go.
So that
Okay.
mini spatula right there.
Oh yes, mini spatula. So I'll just take those off.
I would do it. I'd put a
That
top
down.
on top. I would put a top on top.
Would you?
Yeah, and then ping them around the side.
Would you?
Well,
I don't know if there'll be enough gap if I put the thing on top first. Let's try it both ways. Let's do with the thing on top. The lid on.
Yeah.
There we go. Where am I? Here or here?
Yeah, I'm not squashing around too far.
That one.
That one?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now I'm going to grab some flowers and pop those in. Oops, I haven't picked that one off. In around the sides. Now it is quite tricky to slot them in. So I'm going to try it on this one before the lid's on quickly. And then I can pile these
That's nice.
around the sides.
Just turn it down a little bit, please.
Sorry,
Thank you. That's
there
it.
we
Yeah,
go.
perfect. Thank you.
Face it, when you put them on, face it towards the camera. Come back to the
There we
centre.
go.
Yeah.
Liz, can you get these off for me, please?
Yeah.
You start taking them off and I'll
Would you want these ones?
pop them on, yes please.
I have to say they taste nice, these.
They do.
Yeah. They actually do. They're starting to peel off now.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's typical, isn't it?
Well, look at that, John. Got his eye on
There
them.
we go. Then you can pop the lid on. And there we go.
That's pretty, isn't it? Yeah. What do we think?
I quite like that.
Pretty,
I
isn't it?
think next time I would go for shorter ones.
Yeah.
So I'd use the shorter piped ones. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try that now. Quickly. I roll
The
these
middle
off.
Have you snipped them off with a little knife?
Just done them, yeah.
Next
I think they're
up
just
is-
getting a bit too soft now.
But to be fair,
That's the
To
problem.
be fair, you've not had a go at doing these before. It was just an idea, wasn't
Yeah.
it? In fairness, guys, we were only going to show you how to make mini macarons, and then Claire and I were talking, and we had talked about doing a cake, and then we ended up doing these. So we're giving it a go. We're giving it a go live. That's what it's all about. You can see all the mistakes, everything that goes wrong. So it's not just in your kitchen, you know, it's in our kitchen.
Yep. That's
But the
the
good thing
joy
is
of
how
making
to-
macarons live, isn't it?
Yeah. But the good thing is see how to put it right. So even if as long as your crust is your top is firm,
Mhm.
we can still save these, can't we?
They'll still be delicious.
Yeah,
They'll still
so
dry
nice.
out, you know.
I think these would have to be cut in half, wouldn't they?
Trying to get one.
Well, I don't know.
I was going to say,
I don't know.
I could eat a full one. Could you, Maria?
I'll try.
Yeah, Maria's wanting a full one.
There we go. Last one on. And lid on. There we go. That one fits better because they're just sat a little bit further inside on that one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Super duper. So get those thumbs up, ladies and gents. Get those thumbs up and likes up. Claire's worked really hard tonight. I hope you appreciate it. It is very difficult when you're going live. It's nerve-wracking. And when, especially when you're doing something with a product like Macarons. So, you know, we all have our own nightmare.
We do. What we're going to do, bite into one of these now and see what they're like.
I am not showing everyone how to bite into one of them. Got a big mouth as it is. Go on, Claire, you go for it, girl.
Oh my god.
Good.
It's good.
Lovely crunch to them.
Yeah, they have. I've had
And
the shells
yeah.
on there. I have.
Actually,
So, guys, thanks for joining us. One of the benefits of watching us on Facebook Live here is that I'm a hobby baker and we're showing you how to bake very easy recipes. And we do get professionals in, and Claire is a professional. She showed you the amazing cakes she makes, told you all about the shop and the classes. And she was coming along to make mini macarons for you, and we were sort of talking about how people are getting these flowers on, and I did say to her, I think that they are sugar pipings, the hard sugar pipings that people are putting on. And then Claire said, well, you know, why don't we give it a go with the nifty nozzles? And considering this is our first go, and we've had a little bit first go of doing these big macarons as well, they're not too bad. So I hope you give Claire a big thumbs up, a few love hearts. Has anybody got anything to say, John?
No, lots of thank yous. Fab evening. Thank you. Great night.
oh, thanks, guys.
Yep, Brill show. Thank you.
And we'll get Claire back again. I don't know when. When are we going to get you back?
In about 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
What are you going to do?
Cover, stack, and probably use some macarons to decorate. Maybe a little chocolate drip there. Something fancy, maybe.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, you're going to do it Monday night. Right. So
Monday night.
she's going to show you how to cover a cake and stack a cake properly. Okay, and then we'll decorate it. So she might do a drip and put some macarons on. We'll make them before.
Yeah, they'll be made beforehand.
Okay.
But don't eat these, we'll use those. That'll be fine.
No, they're not going to survive the night. I'm having one of these. That's mine. Told you, I always fail on my diet on Mondays. This is mine. So again, thank you for joining us. Really, really appreciate it. We're back here on Thursday at 11 o'clock a.m. Except for John and I, it is Laura in the kitchen. And what is Laura making?
Lemon Elderflower meringue pie. Meringue pie. Lemon and elderflower meringue pie. Yes.
I'm glad you got that.
I was good to see the concentration on my face. I was like,
Could you see mine? No idea. So Laura is here on Thursday and she's going to make a lemon and elderflower meringue pie, and she's going to come here. She's going to probably have baby Harrison with her as well. It's Laura from the office who will be on the camera. Maria, as usual, will be running around with her camera. And I'll see you next Monday. Now next Monday I've got Marion here with Patchwork Cutters. So she's brought out some brand new cutters, so she's going to bring them and she's going to demo some of the ones that I've got on the website, some ones that you haven't seen before. Well, you may have seen them but you've not used them or thought about using them. So Marion from Patchwork Cutters on next Monday at 8 o'clock, and my daughter Laura is here on Thursday, and I know so many of you like Laura. She's great fun, she's lovely. And she will be here with Laura from the office and Maria in the office, and they're going to be making lemon meringue pie. Okay, so don't forget to like and share what you've seen tonight. It's very important that you like our page. It's very important. You keep scoffing.
oh, right.
So it's very important that you share. And for those of you who don't know, we do have a community page. It's called the Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake Community. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, feel free to join it. You do have to be approved. You do need to read the rules and accept them. Okay, so read the rules first. They're very easy rules. Do you know what it is? It's all about keeping it friendly. But please say that yes, you understand them. Join the group. Enjoy the group. It's great fun. And let's keep it nice and simple and just talk about cake. Yeah? Well, I won't see you on Thursday, but Maria and Laura from the office will. I'll see you next Monday.
See you
Thank
soon.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.